Hey, this is Professor Homa. I just wanted to do a quick review of the budget exercise we did in class on the 7th for those of you who couldn't make it or who weren't there for whatever reason, or if you just need to see a review of it. If we did some things in class that you didn't quite follow or that were hard to follow on the board. So I'm going to go over a couple things on the sheet, and I'm going to try to do this in one shot, but this may have to go over two video tutorials to do, so that's okay. So I'm just going to follow the sheet just as you will have it in class, or if you download the instructions in class, I'll just go through the numbers to follow in class right from the start. So I'm going to start with what I have here, and again, if you download it from Blackboard, you may have this enable editing that button you may have to hit just to let it show you your ribbon up top. So once you hit that, you'll be able to edit your file, and I'm going to go through some of the instructions on the sheet that we have. And again, most of it's going to be working with formulas, just like we did last time with the grades, but we'll be writing some of our own formulas, so you will have to type into the formula bar, and some of those formulas are right on the sheet that I give you. So I'm going to get started here just with some basic things. Up top in column A, you can see that there's not enough room to fit some of the things that are in here. They get cut off, and they do get cut off when there's a cell next to them that have values, so they will get cut off. So we'll have to make column A wider. We could just put our cursor here and drag a little wider to fit it, or if you select column A and you go over to your cell part of your ribbon and go to Format, Column Width, the instructions that you have say put in 24. Remember, that would be 24 characters. That would widen that column. So now you can see column A is now widened to fit total monthly income and all the other items that are here in this list. Next on your sheet, it's after number 2, which was widening that column, it says indent all non-bold items. So that means these things here, auto through here, and I could highlight these cells. Not only could I highlight those cells, but if I hold my control key, I can click on other cells that aren't adjacent, that are non-adjacent, that aren't in row with it, and highlight, and just control click and highlight. So I'm going to highlight these things by control clicking. That allows me to select non-adjacent cells. And what I want to do with these, according to the instructions, is just indent them. And where I would indent them would be up here. Here's my alignment section. And there's little icons here that say increase indent and decrease indent. I'm just going to increase indent, and I'm not going to do much more than that. It indents maybe about 2 characters or so, and it's only done just to give you a little visual, a better visual look of this, so that it organizes things a little bit better, so that you see that these items, electric, phone, cell, are under the utility subheading. So we're only going to have values that are in these indented items. So moving along, up top there's this yearly salary area, or actually let me scroll up more. This monthly budget is going to be kind of our heading that's going to be over top of everything in our worksheet right now. So I'm going to highlight cell A1 right through cell F1. So those 6 cells that are up at the top, A through F, in row 1, we're going to do a merge and center, and that's fairly simple. We just click here and do merge and center, and it'll center it there. And while that cell is still highlighted, I can go and make this 18 point and make it bold, because that's what it says on the instructions. So I'm just making a little heading here with merge and center. Next, what I'm going to do is what we're doing on the sheet is we're making a monthly budget, and we want to figure out our monthly income and then subtract all our monthly expenses. Now, in order to do that, we're going to get a starting point of a yearly salary, and then we're actually going to go over here to this section and take our yearly salary and subtract 20% of it, or multiply it by 80%, whichever one works easier, in order to kind of figure out our net income, meaning with taxes and some of those things taken out. We're just going to use 20% as an approximation. Okay, so that's what we're going to start building formulas in this thing right now. Okay, getting back to this, what I'm going to do now before we take a break here is this column here we're going to make so that it's all numerical. So remember, we have to make this so it appears as money. So this entire column in B, we're going to go up to our number area, and we're just going to hit the number sign, and you can see if I have number signs right here, I don't have enough space. So I'm going to stretch this out a little, and you can see that everything is formatted right now with numbers and decimals. And we'll stop right there.